appreciate it, and obviously this couldn't happen without all of you, so thank you all for coming. Thank you, Vito, for introducing me. You know, the first active campaign I worked on was your campaign. It was almost every day in that office, and I'm really honored that you're now here for my first campaign as a candidate. Thank you, Brian, for your kind words. As he mentioned, he's the guy that got me to join the Liberal Party way back actually in grade 12. I've learned more from Brian about being a member of Parliament that I think I can actually remember. Helena Jacek, it's a real privilege to have you here as the Ontario Caucus Chair and my local MPP. You know, Helena is known as one of the best constituency MPPs in all of the province, and I really hope that I can emulate your work, getting to the doors and knowing everybody in the riding.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Tim, thank you so much as the past Liberal candidate and as a past mayor of Aurora. I don't know if the other mayor's here, so I'll say you're the best mayor that I know of. I wouldn't be where I am today without your support. Thank you very much. You know, I also want to thank all of there are many nomination candidates in the room. Thank you all for coming. Just so I don't get in trouble, I'm going to mention that there's also running Sarkis Asaduri. He's a past member of Parliament. He's going to the nomination in Richmondville. Sarkis, thank you very much for coming out. And I know Brian Chamberlain is here as well. He's also running for that nomination. Thank you, Brian. Now, there are a lot of other people, but I will specifically mention Jane Philpott as well from, it's going to be Markham Stouffville, I believe. Jane, thank you for coming out. Bill Prout from Dufferin Caledon. Is there anyone else? Maybe put your hand up. Eduardo, your center, I think? Okay. Well, hopefully that's everybody. And Peter Cushman from Richmondville as well. Elizabeth, of course, Brian mentioned her already. Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming. And Kyle Peterson, past candidate for University of Aurora. I'm told that Mayor Jeff Daw for Aurora is here now. Thank you for coming. Oh, you're the best mayor, actually. And Reza Maridi was here earlier, but he had to go downtown for a Paul Martin event, so I appreciate him coming. I believe very strongly that many of us who are here as candidates are going to be meeting in Ottawa after the 2015 election as members of Parliament. And the reason that Liberals are going to be winning across this country is that the Conservative Party is out of ideas. They don't know what to do for Canada, they don't understand the problems, and they have no solutions to offer. To give you one example, unemployment right now is at 7% in this country. Youth unemployment is at 13%. In the throne speech this past week, the Conservatives said that they're happy about that 13% youth unemployment rate because they claim that it's one of the lowest in the developed world. That's not acceptable, and they're wrong. If you include the young people that are working part-time jobs, young people that are working contract jobs without benefits, working retail after going to university to study for something else, the underemployment rate in this country is far higher than 13%. It's affecting an entire generation of Canadians, and something has to be done about it.
Well said.
Now, meanwhile, the Conservatives claim that they're still good for the economy. If you look in the past, though, in 2008, when the recession first began, Stephen Harper was telling us, don't worry, Canada's strong. You have nothing to worry about. Of course, he didn't thank Paul Martin for putting Canada on solid economic footing.
True.
During the last election in 2011, they said that they're going to get rid of the deficit by 2014. As soon as the election ended, it became 2015. We're going to see if they can even keep that promise. It keeps getting longer and longer every year. Last weekend on TV, Jim Flaherty, the Minister of Finance, said that his friends in the business community expect the slow growth to continue for at least 2 more years. That's 2 more years of high unemployment. It's 2 more years of high youth unemployment. It's 2 more years of young Canadians working part-time, contract, retail jobs. That's not acceptable, and under the Stephen Harper government, it's not going to get better. We need a new government with ideas that are going to fix these problems in the future. Now, one of those good new ideas is not $600 million as a surprise announcement to build a subway to Scarborough. Let's be honest about that. Now, I'm not against subways. I have nothing against the city of Toronto trying to build them. But the fact of the matter is that you can't just pull money out of thin air and make those sorts of promises. And what you may not know is that by building the Scarborough subway, you ensure that the subway to Richmond Hill up to Highway 7 can't be built until there's a downtown relief line.
Exactly.
And the next policy for the City of Toronto is to build another subway along Finch Avenue, delaying the subway to Richmond Hill even further. Now, the problem, though, is not the City of Toronto. The problem is a federal government without a long-term plan and without a national transportation strategy.
Yep.
We're the only G7 country that does not have a national transportation strategy, and we need one to make sure that everyone in the GTA, whether it's a subway to Scarborough, subway to Richmond Hill, all-day GO train service to Aurora, we all need those funds, and we need them funded on a priority basis, not because the Prime Minister happens to be friends with the Mayor.
Here, here.
Of course, to do these sorts of things, we need money. It doesn't grow on trees. We're not in the NDP here. So I do have some ideas. We can start with the $500 million that Stephen Harper has spent on partisan advertising from tax dollars since he became Prime Minister.
Yep, well said.
You've all seen those economic action plan ads. If you go to the website that they're advertising, you have press releases and you have pictures of Stephen Harper wearing a hard hat. It's probably the only time he's done it in his life. Another idea is that maybe we can find the $3 billion, that's $3 billion that the Conservatives lost over the past few years in anti-terrorism programs. That was the finding of the Auditor General last March. They just lost $3 billion. Do you know how many subways that could build? How many GO trains that could put into service and fix the right-of-way issues with CN? These are all things that money can go to. And you know where else we can find money? Is we can stop appointing senators that are either stealing it, misspending it, Now, to be fair, that's not enough money to build mass transit, but it is enough money to employ a few people in real jobs doing real work. To be fair, though, Stephen Harper has done something. He's written a book about hockey. Doesn't that make it better? I could go on, but of course this is supposed to be a party. I want to let everyone enjoy themselves. The Liberal Party really is on the cusp of something special. With Justin Trudeau as leader, we're appealing to young Canadians. We're appealing to the middle class, not conservative cronies or pie-in-the-sky NDP dreams.